Welcome to my virtual studio. In this upcoming presentation, I'm going to show you how to use PowerPoint's designer feature. Not only that, but I'm going to show you how to use Microsoft Office's stock images, which has quite a few categories that you can work with. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is address the situation with the insert pictures, because if you go to insert on the menu bar and you go to pictures, then you can actually choose, this device, mobile device, stock images, or online pictures. But what I don't want to do every time I'm working with these pictures, I don't really feel like coming here and choosing insert and then going to pictures and then going to stock images. So what I'm going to do is just show you how to quickly add the button to the Quick Access Toolbar. And so all you got to do is just come up here to the Quick Access Toolbar, and you'll see that picture of the save icon. And if you just hover over any of those buttons and right-click your mouse, it will bring up a shortcut menu, and then you can choose the option to customize your Quick Access Toolbar. And I click on that. And the next thing I'm going to do is come here to the center. You see where it says Popular Commands. And if you click on the drop-down arrow, you can then go to the Insert tab. So I'm going to come down here and choose Insert. And now within this tab is the Insert Pictures. So I'm just going to, scroll down with this scroll box. And then when you see the one that says Pictures, Insert Pictures, click on it and choose Add. And what that's going to do is add that button to the Quick Access Toolbar. And now all you got to do is choose OK. And the next time you want to come up here and insert a picture, it's right here on the Quick Access Toolbar. So now I can just choose the drop-down arrow next to it, and then I can just choose stock images. And so now it's quickly allowing me to get to the system without having to choose insert pictures and all that kind of stuff. All right, so now let's kind of talk about this, because a lot of people might not realize it, but you can get stock images in Microsoft, and these are shared across the suite. And what we're going to do here right now is defaulting to images, and it's actually put into these categories. So you can do icons, you can do cutout people, stickers, videos, illustrations, and cartoon people. But what I want to do is a cutout people. So I'm going to choose cutout people. And in this one, let's just search for something. I'm going to search for woman. So it's going to get rid of all the men on the screen, and it just brings up all the women and girls, in fact. And so now if I want to have the woman with her hand up, I'll choose her. And then one with this holding the sign. Okay, I'm going to insert those. And then I'm going to go back up here to the Insert Stock Images. And this time I'm choose Cutout People. I'm going to choose Men. So it's going to give me all the men. And then I'm going to choose one of the men with his hand up. And let me see if I can find a man holding a sign. So we'll choose this man holding a sign. And now we're going to choose Insert. Okay, so now we've got 4 images on the screen. And what I want to do now is see if the Design tab can kind of help me out a little bit. And just in case your Designer tab is not on the screen or it's not showing up, you just go to the Design tab at the top. And on the right-hand side, there's this button called Designer. But you see mine is already showing up, so I'm just showing you what it looks like if you need to know how to turn it back on. Okay, so now, right now, all these pictures are like sitting on top of each other. But over here on the Design tab, it's showing you some different design options. All of them might not be good because it's hiding some of my people that I'm trying to show up on the screen. But I'm going to choose the first option. And so notice how it kind of brings them onto their own area of the screen. Okay? And then, of course, you can kind of scroll down to see what other options you get. Here's another one. It kind of like puts the 2 people in a box to the right that's holding that sign, okay? And the people that's holding their hands up, they're in a bigger frame, you know. I mean, these are probably bad examples right here that I'm doing, but I'm just showing you how this works. Okay, now I'm going to create a new slide. I'm just going to choose a blank slide. And this time I'm just going to do something else. I'm going to go back up here to the picture. I'm going to go to the stock images. And this time I'm going to type in beard. And I'm going to choose like 3 different men that's wearing a beard. And then I'm going to go ahead and insert these 3 pictures into the system. And let's just say we were going to be doing a video, and let's just say we were going to be doing a website featuring beards for a campaign that we're doing, and we want to show people what different beards can look like. Or maybe we're a studio that does a barbershop. Or maybe we're a barbershop that's featuring some of the men's hair that we've done, or the facial services that we're giving. So now what I'm going to do is go over here to the designer tab, because see, you put all these pictures on the screen, but now you're trying to figure out how to make them look really nice and ready so that you can use later on without you having to do all this extra work. So let's just click on some of these selections that it's giving us. So notice how it gives the 2 men on the side and the 1 man on the right hand side. So that's a nice look. And then let's look at some other ones. So you see how PowerPoint can kind of give you, take 3 pictures and then give you some design items or design ideas on how you could use this for an advertisement. And all I'm doing is just, just clicking on some of the ideas that it's giving you that you can do for a campaign that you might be working on. Let's choose see more design ideas. And it'll just keep on, bringing other different design ideas, on the screen. And I like the way some of these are looking. They're looking kind of nice. The way they're, putting these pictures up here. So I just want to show you how this works. And, when you're getting ready to work with your graphics so that you don't have to think that you have to do all this from scratch. All you got to do is choose what you want to use, and then the system will help you out the rest of the way. Okay, now, notice how you got the 3 pictures of the men here. You might want to start, adding some color to the background. And you can actually go here on the Design tab and come all the way over to the right and choose Format Background. So if I click on Format Background, then it gives me options that I can work with the background. And right now we have a solid feel, and it's set to white. So if I want to change the background color, I just simply come over here to the color, click on the button of the paint can showing the color, and then choose any of the colors that I want to choose from this color swatch. So let's say I want to choose black. Okay, so now we have that color right here. If you want to go in here and start playing around with the gradient fill, you can choose the gradient fill. And of course, it's got a gray tone to it. And so if I come here, I got the gradient stops and I got the different angles. But if I come over here to that last notch and then go to the color, click on the drop down arrow and choose black, notice how it gives me a combination of black and gray together, kind of mixed together. I'm just kind of showing you what the tools are. You're going to have to kind of play with them because I'm not going to go through every single combination that you can work with, but I'm just kind of showing you how you can get these great gradient colors here. You can also go to the picture or texture field. And when you come here, it's defaulting to this color here. If I want to change it, I can just go to the texture, click on the drop down arrow, and then choose a different texture. And now I can go to a pattern fill if I want to. And in the pattern fill, it's giving us a combination of black and white. And you're going to notice the different types of patterns here. And I can click on any one of the patterns that I want. And because the colors that are loaded in the system are black and white, this is the colors that I'm getting, a combination with the different patterns. So I got a foreground of black and a background of white. So if I want to click on the drop down arrow and choose a different color, I can choose a red for my foreground, and if I want to choose a black for my background, notice how it's going to change. Notice the colors in the pattern swatches over here. And then I can just click on them, and I can then change the colors to what I want the pattern to be. Or I should just say, I can now change to a different pattern. So that's how you would work with that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to create a timeline using the designer. And what we need to do is create a new slide. I want to just go ahead and just choose new slide here. I'm on the home tab. And I want to just create one with a title and content. And what I'm going to do is just begin to type my information. So in the area where that click to add text for the information in the bulleted list area, I'm just going to go ahead and type in my timeline. Now that I have the information in the system, I'm going to go ahead and click on Design, and then go over to Designer and click on Designer and see what it will do for me. Because what it should do is it should actually create a timeline for me based on the information that I put here in the system, and it's all based on where you type it. And so I put it in the bulleted list area. And now you're going to notice that on the far right-hand side of the screen, the designer has begun to give me some different timelines I can use. The first one here shows the icons. It actually put it went out there and found some icons to put on the timeline for you. The second one shows this Spanish flu pandemic, Wall Street crash, and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of like works this out for you, and just based on what you put here. And of course, you got to go in here and add your title. So I may put down timeline of events, or whatever you want to put up there. And then of course, once you type in your title, it's going to begin to generate another look for you, including that title that you just created. So like the first one here on the top right hand side, look at what it's giving me. It's even changing it up a little bit here. So because I put the timeline of events in there, now it's trying to include that in the design. So I'm just going to click on some of these to show you what it's giving me, which is a whole lot better than what I would have come up with myself. So I'm just kind of showing you how you can use PowerPoint, which is the forgotten software application ever since all these other applications came on the market that's charging us every month for using their services. And then, of course, you may not have known that you could do this with PowerPoint. And this is awesome. This is without you even having to come up with this on your own. I mean, I simply love this PowerPoint designer. I mean, you can't go wrong with it, And once you get through all of these, it gives you so many excellent, different graphical descriptions of what you're going to use here, or the layouts, or it's giving you so many nice looks. You don't know what to choose, And of course, I can choose see more design ideas, and it just continues to add to the design ideas. These are just looking pretty good. Stuff that you would probably take forever to come up with on your own. So I'm just kind of showing you what I have here, and this is the timeline of events. Don't you just love it? Okay, so that's how you would do that. Okay, now we're going to work with a basic presentation, and all I did was chose File New here in Microsoft PowerPoint. And for your information, we are working with Windows 11. And, you can go, whenever you choose File New, you can just choose any of these presentations that you want to work with. And you can also go into the various categories by choosing presentations, your themes, you know. And this is with the old PowerPoint. I think some of these are the old themes. The ones at the top are the old ones. And so you could go in here and kind of look at what kind of theme that you would like to create so that you don't have to try to reinvent the wheel or try to do this from scratch. Then you might want to go ahead on and use one of these canned templates, which you can customize later, you know. And so I'm just going to choose. I want to go back because I want to choose this one I saw earlier, and it has to do with technology. So I want to go, it's a tech presentation. So it's a basic presentation. I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and then I'm going to choose create. And so now here we go. You will see the presentation, and on the left-hand side, it shows you all of the slides that you can work with. So see how quickly I was able to create this presentation. If I use the scroll box or the scroll bar, I can just drag this bar down, you know, and I can now see how many slides are in here, which is 13. Okay. So now let's just see what happens when I turn on the designer. When I'm on the home tab, I see designer over here too because it was a recently used item. You know, I don't have to always go to design to get that, but you know, it was actually showing up on the home tab. So I'm going to go ahead and choose designer. And then you're going to notice that even though I chose this presentation that was already, you know, showing up in the system from the new template, the designer is going to work for me even again. It's actually going to give me some further design tips on different things I could use. So if I don't want to use this basic presentation layout that came with the template, then you can go over here to the designer and you can kind of scroll down and look at some of the other things that it's recommending. So like, let me try the one, I'm going to just click on the second one. And so now you can see how it's giving you some different design choices to choose from. And I can go down here. I was kind of hoping it would give me more stuff because I don't really like what they have, really, to be honest, you know. But anyway, this is what I'm getting, you know. Let me go to the second page in here. You can also press the Control-Z to undo the selection that you made. So if you choose one of these items and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't like that, and you end up in a situation where you don't have to go and, you know, recreate the template, you can just press Control-Z, which is the undo button, and it would take you back to what you had before. Okay, so now let's go here to the page 2, slide number 2. And again, you can go in here and choose any of these other layouts, these design layouts that it's actually recommending that you could use. Now this is not a good one because the text is showing up on top of this picture, and so that's not going to really work because you can't really see the text. So unless you change the font color and rearrange it. But these are just different things you can do if you decide to use a existing template and then start using the designer with that. You can also come up here to the design tab at the top, and let's see let's just see if it's going to let me apply one of these existing templates, and it will. Here we go. So let's just see what we can work with. Retrospect. If you just point your mouse pointer over any of these themes and just hold it without clicking on it, it will give you a preview. And this is called live preview. And so you can see whether or not you want to click on it or not. And if you don't feel like choosing undo for this, then you ain't even got to worry about fooling with that, you know? But these are some of the different looks that you can get. And I'm just kind of doing a live preview here. Okay? I'm going to choose this one here, main event. Okay. But when I chose main event, if I go back to the first slide, you see how it kind of added that in there? So now, check this out. So now you're going to get some better design choices using designer once you change that theme. So now if I come over here on the right and I choose the third one down, it gives you, some different things to choose from, which I think looks better than the first slide that it started out with. It looks much better than what we had before. And then, of course, if I click on this object, I can actually drag and drop that because this is actually a free fall, you know. So there's nothing here. It's actually a graphic I could just delete if I wanted to. And so now, because I deleted that graphic, now look how it's giving me other choices to choose from on the right-hand side. I'm going to undo that and bring it back. Okay. All right. And so you can just do whatever you want to do. I mean, there's just so many options that you can choose from. Not all options are the best options. I mean, now I kind of wish I would have chose a whole different theme because I definitely don't like this color. I don't like this gray. It's, for the fact that you got all these colors, I don't want to use these drab colors, this black picture with this gray, charcoal gray undertones. I don't want to use that because it's just not doing anything for me. But I'm clicking on this slide number 5, and then, I kind of like the design ideas over on the right-hand side. It kind of colors it up a little bit on the slide number 2 option, even though you might not want this person to be having a blue overtone, but, it's kind of livening it up a little bit. But once again, design is all about your choice. It's not about what I'm saying. It's about your choice. But check this out. You see how these bullets are here? So the engaging the audience, it shows these bulleted lists here, right? With the picture to the left. But check out this next design item here on the right. Notice how it puts it in color blocks. I like that. That's kind of nice, That's a nice look. And then I'm going to try another one. It puts it in a different type of color block. Different format. And then this one actually has 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I just want you to kind of see what we have here, see what we're working with when you are using a template. Now, this template could have also been your own PowerPoint presentation where you would have just started with nothing. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to choose Control N. See if I can do this. And I'm going to create a whole new presentation. So let's just try it. Let's just go ahead and do this. I'm going to click to add a title, and my title is going to be PowerPoint Designer. Control Enter takes me down to the next placeholder. And I'm just going to put down here by Creative Studio 101. And then I'm going to choose a new slide, and the next slide is going to be a title and content. And we're going to type in okay. So now we have 2 slides here. So we've got the title slide, and we've got how to create designs. And these are some of the things that we've already done. Added an image, created a timelines, and create new themes. So now let's go up here to the designer and click on it. And let's just see what it's going to give us. All right, this is what we have. So because I'm on this first slide, it's giving me designs for the first slide. But let's just go to PowerPoint Designer title. Here we go. So now you can look at the different titles it's going to suggest for you here. So here's one here. See more design ideas. And it's just a whole lot of different design ideas. I don't see anything I want just yet. Let's just say we're going to use that one. Let's go to the slide number 2. And it's trying to carry the theme over. So if I chose this one, it's going to try to piggyback off of that first one there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do now is try to search for something else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to undo this. I just did the undo button twice. I don't know why it keeps turning off the designer, but I don't want that. Let's just choose the designer for page 2. And let's just see what it does if I choose one of these other colorful designs instead of the one that I had earlier. So let's try 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Now, so we have how to create designs. It's got the 1, add images, create timelines, and create new themes. Let's go back to the slide, the main slide. Slide number 1. I'm just kind of seeing if it's going to try to piggyback off of what we have here already, and it doesn't look like it's doing that. Let me just choose one right here at the top. PowerPoint Designer. There we go. I think this is trying to follow suit with this one here. As you can see, it's the same kind of colors, you know. So now I'm going back to page number 2, and maybe I might want to try the one here at the top, which is the color blocks. So there we go. So we could do that. We can go back to page 1 and see if anything else follows suit up there that might give me something that looks something like the second page. They got a lot of different ideas you could choose here. I don't think they're giving me really good options though. Let's try that one. And then of course, PowerPoint Designer and the Creative Studio. I don't want the Creative Studio sitting right there, so I probably move this up a little bit like that, you know, so that it's not really right there in between the blue and the white gap there. But anyway, so this is just why you could do that, and I didn't put a whole lot of stuff in here, so it's not giving me that many choices. But check this out. Look at this now. After I made that change and I came back to the second slide, look at some of the items that it's offering me. How to create designs. Look at that slide number 2. Look at slide number 1. Slide number 3. So it's giving you a whole lot of different options that you could use. But if I had to do this myself, it would have taken me forever to come up with these designs. So you can really see just how nice it is to have someone else doing all the heavy lifting, you know? And I'm going to go back to the first page and see if it gives me any better cover pages, because I'm telling you right now, these cover pages ain't looking like nothing as far as I'm concerned, you know? They're not really looking too great. Maybe I might try that one. Okay. So anyway, this is just a little bit of a teaser to show you. I'm just using 2 slides in this demonstration, but just kind of showing you how to work with it. You know what you're looking for. You know what you're trying to do. And I'm sure that these items that I'm giving you here, or this little information, is going to be quite helpful. Please leave your comments below to let me know what you think, because, you know, I want to know if you want to see more of this or not. Thank you so much for tuning in to my live stream, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. If you haven't already done so, be sure to subscribe to my channel and